Well, as promised, we are back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back with another episode of the Truckery podcast. I am John with Carrick Customs, and
I'm Ryan with Ace Metalworks, OBS Solutions.
And this is the Truckery podcast. How have things been?
Good. We're excited to keep doing this. Obviously, making time for this is difficult.
Hey, we got two.
We're going to do two. Obviously, we would like to get more.
I think we have another fun one coming, like we talked about with
Doc Johnson's coming.
Yep.
I think we're going to put this on our schedule to lock ourselves in. We need to, and it's doable.
It is.
We just got to make it happen.
And it's fun. It is. It's.
I had a great drive over here this morning.
When I have to go over to your place to pick up parts, I'm not ready to give that off to the new guy because I like the drive.
Your drive's better than mine because I'm driving into the sun the whole time.
Oh, I mean, I am coming back.
Yeah,
but yeah, you're doing it both directions, huh?
It won't be that bad going back, but in the morning, I mean, you're literally driving at it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I mean, there were spots getting close to Hoodoo that were like, you're blind.
Jeez.
But there's no traffic. It was a great drive.
And you can just clear your head.
It was, and think about some of the stuff that we're going to talk about. Like, think about the stuff that I got to do when I get back. Like, it's really, it was good for me.
No, that's awesome. I love it. Yeah. No, it's good. And we're prioritizing this again. It's just, like with anything else, sometimes, like with any work or job, there's some things that, like, it's so easy to prioritize, like the things right in front of you. Like, right. I have to respond to emails. I have to answer phone calls. I've got to design this new part or whatever. And it's so easy to put the other things on the back burner.
Well, we naturally, unfortunately, it's all about money, right? We go to work to make money. Everybody does. You prioritize the quick and easies first, right?
Yeah.
This obviously comes back to us at some point, right? It's marketing for us. It's creates an audience. It keeps people involved with what we're doing.
Yeah.
But it's a long play, right? We've talked about this before on here. It's a long play for us. So there's no immediate satisfaction out of it.
Right. Or technical demand. Like, it's easy
Correct.
for me to look at what orders we have in and prioritize what needs to be done. And this sometimes feels like not working.
And it feels like a distraction.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I got all these other things to take care of.
Yeah.
This distracts me from it
later.
But it's good engagement with.
And it's fun.
Everybody.
Because you and I talk about this stuff all the time.
Yeah, most of these conversations.
We can just sit and bullshit about.
Yeah, we have these conversations anyways in private.
Yeah. Yeah, we love talking about cars and trucks and everything else.
And apparently people want to hear us talk about it. So maybe we just need to start recording our phone calls too.
Oh, gosh. That gets dangerous. But yeah.
No, it's great. I'm glad we're going to be doing it. I have fun with it. Like we said, I had fun driving over here this morning. It was a great clear your head space. I got a lot of stuff going on back at the shop when I get back there.
Yeah, you got some irons in the fire.
We got a brand new laser going in that
so
actually
sick.
Yesterday was the first time it was running. So I'm letting my guys I'm really bad at being overbearing. And I realized that I can't run everything.
Yeah,
my guys should actually know more about it than me.
Right. The people that
Which I've always been that person that's I need to know everything about everything, but you can't.
No.
So it's a good day for them because they're actually running the laser today. I know the basics of it right now, right? I could turn it on cut.
Right.
But they're actually doing production demo runs.
Yeah.
Short production runs. We're actually cutting some using your parts
as demo parts.
As demo parts.
Due to the weird thicknesses.
Yeah. So to fine tune some of the stuff, it's nice to do it on real parts.
Totally.
Right? So prior to this whole week's been training, and we've just cut whatever they provide sample stuff. So today's the first day that my guys are getting a production run through. This is how production works on it.
Yeah.
Here's some real parts. Fine tune some parameters. So this actually worked out really good for me because then I'm not looking over their shoulder. I think I have a really good relationship with my guys. I feel like I'm a fun boss.
Yeah.
But it's still a different dynamic when the boss is standing there staring over your shoulder.
Right.
So it's a good break for me. It's a good break for them.
It's great. So you have a great team.
I have amazing people.
Yeah.
I actually hired a new guy just recently, and 3 or 4 weeks into it, he says, I like this place.
Well, that's a plus.
Everybody here is cool.
Right.
Like, which is a hard dynamic to build as a business, right? You have goals that you have to accomplish. Things have to get done. Like, you can't hire based on fun, but I've got really good people.
I always try to, like, I think
you do too.
The culture is like some of the most important. And, we always, I say that like work, obviously there are times where work is going to suck, but because work is still work.
Right.
But you shouldn't hate coming to work, and it should be like the worst day at the job should be better than the best day at the worst job.
Yes.
Like we try to have as much fun as we can, and like I don't want any of our guys to like hate coming to work.
No.
That's because work.
I don't want to hate going to work.
It's like there's a few things that you should in life, I feel like, that are pretty important. And, we spend at least 30% of our lives working. So then we spend 30% of our lives sleeping. So I think having a job that you, for the most part, enjoy and like, yes, and having a nice, comfortable bed are like two very, very important things.
Yes. Currently I have both.
Yes, exactly. Like that. And then the rest of it, is who you surround yourself with outside of work and when you're not sleeping. And, it's just, I've worked jobs that I hated going to.
Yeah.
And I never want, I don't want to hate going to work, and I don't want any of our guys or gals to hate going to work.
So I think I do a decent job. I think my guys would say the same thing. Yeah. But yeah, today was a good day to come over here.
Good.
But we have some really cool stuff going on in our shop. Especially the new laser's awesome.
It looks so good.
It's so cool.
I can't wait. I don't blame you. I love tools too. That's how I got into this.
It's my favorite thing. I'd rather buy new tools than pay myself. Like that's just my
same.
It's just as satisfying to me to buy new tools as it is to take a paycheck.
Yeah.
Or buy trucks.
Yeah. Buying trucks. I'm in the selling trucks mode.
I'm in the buying trucks mode, but
you have room.
That's neither here nor there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like I guess that rolls us into what we were going to talk about anyways.
Yeah.
I'm buying trucks because we're developing new parts for OBS Solutions.
Which is great.
Our partnership with us combining shops is incredible for it.
Yeah.
And this two-wheel drive stuff, I think, is going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
And I've collected about 5 of them.
That's awesome.
Which is fun for me. It's like, it's so cool now with us being in the same building to like, I get to live out some fantasies, right? Like, or some dreams, I guess, where I get to buy all these trucks and work on them. And it's eventually going to pay for itself, right?
That's the goal.
So I've never been in a position any of the fun hobby stuff that I wanted to buy has always been, I got to buy it.
Right.
Some stuff I've been able to buy for business purposes, but not much. Like my fun stuff, not really. Truck stuff is really hard. Like, why did you buy this 97 Ford pickup?
Yeah. Because I wanted it.
So now it's a really cool opportunity for me because I have an excuse to buy these trucks.
Yeah.
And develop cool shit that I wanted to do to them.
Yeah, you can justify it more.
Yeah. So we are actively diving into the two-wheel drive market.
Nice.
You and I both, I mean, obviously you build four-wheel drive stuff, you're in it, but
I started with
we have a soft spot for two-wheel drive stuff.
I got a soft spot for low, like airbags and big wheels.
Yep.
And like lane rockers on the ground.
So, and I always have too, and you and I have had multiple talks. I've had C10s. You've had C10s.
Yep.
We're in this Ford world now. I am not a purist by any means.
Oh, yeah.
The OBS trucks are my favorite. Yeah. They always have been. My dad's a Ford guy. Like,
it's the classic story.
I'm an OBS guy at heart, but I'm not against all trucks. I love trucks.
Yeah.
You and I differ a little bit. I'm not into cars. I appreciate them. I like them.
You and Devin, not into cars.
I just never have. My dad, my whole childhood, I don't know that my dad's ever had a car.
Now that you say that, my dad has never driven like my mom has had cars.
I actually think my dad had like a Subaru station wagon when I was like really little.
That's what my dad had.
But it was a four, like my dad wheeled the thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't,
four-wheel drive.
It wasn't that my dad had a commuter car. He had a car that I grew up at the coast that we could drive out on the beach and go out in the sand dunes in, right? Like
an old legacy wagon.
So I've always been a truck guy, and I've been into two-wheel drives and four-wheel drives. So I want to do two-wheel drive stuff because at the end of the day, what's cool about two-wheel drive and that I miss about having my C10 is they're just easy.
Yes.
They're easy to get in and drive. They're easy to park. It's not like driving something big with big wheels and tires, and just the simplicity of a two-wheel drive standard cab short bed truck. I love it.
I'm with you 100%.
Like if you want to go park it in any parking lot anywhere in the compact, you can.
You can. And it's to me, I mean, I know a lot of people have the four-wheel drive stuff as their fun weekend car, and I'm not knocking that at all. Like that is, that's I like driving my four-wheel drive stuff too.
I do too.
But on a like nice summer day when, I don't know, like on a cool Saturday morning, I love taking out a like two-wheel drive, low to the ground, more hot rod feeling and than truck feeling.
You could put all the brand new steering stuff in them. Big tires don't steer and turn as good as little tires.
No.
Like they try and follow grooves in the road. Like the little tires
street tires.
Street tires just cruise down the road. I love throwing my kids in it.
Yeah.
It's just a different feel. The two-wheel drive cruiser is just a totally different feel. Like,
it's fun.
I drive my blue truck now that it's nice, almost weekly now, and I love driving it.
On 37s.
On 37s with your suspension, I love driving it, but it's not as comfortable of like a daily.
No.
Like a two-wheel drive short bed lowered truck, I'll daily it.
Yeah.
I used to daily my C10.
Yeah, just like size purposes.
Size purposes and just ease of driving, ease of getting in and out. Like,
yep.
You could have a elevator help you get in your truck on 37s, and it's still not as easy as literally stepping.
Yeah.
Because even trucks are different than cars, right? Like a lowered truck, the door is bigger. The opening, like you literally just
slide in,
step over into it. You're not dropping down into it. You're not.
Yeah.
Even a C10 that's laid out, or an OBS truck for that matter that's laid out,
It's like you're sitting onto the couch.
You're not falling down into it.
No.
And getting in and out of them is just easy. Everything about them is easy. I love two-wheel drive trucks.
I'm with you. That's going to be fun. I'm really excited to see what you guys come out with.
Yeah, we got some really cool stuff. Some 4-link stuff in the
For
works.
the rear.
For the rear. Some different front beam stuff.
Nice.
A lot of static stuff, right? It's our main thing is ride and drivability.
Yeah.
You know as well as I do, like the airbag's cool. Seeing a truck laid out is really cool. The drivability of them isn't as good as a coilover.
No. That's why
now
race cars don't have airbags. Right. They have coilovers.
Now you can spend $1 million and buy all the fancy AccuAir and all that stuff to make it nice.
Yeah.
But it's just not the same.
No.
Now, are we against it? Absolutely not. Like, maybe once we get this stuff developed, it's easy to adapt over and
do bags.
And do all that. Like, we're not against it. It's just I think the broader market wants something that rides and drives good. And
yeah,
you can put horsepower through.
Yes.
You know, with a 4-link, you're eliminating the leaf springs and all that stuff. If you want to put a big motor in it and do a burnout, it's going to go straight and not try and twist the truck all up as bad.
Yeah.
So
there's
a lot of cool things. We're going to go down the road at some point with some engine swap, Coyote, Godzilla, stuff like that. For the two-wheel, like sport truck stuff, which
sport
obviously
truck stuff.
Yeah, sport truck stuff is cool to me.
Oh yeah, it's cool. I like it all.
There's a lot of people that want to do it, and there's not that much out there for them.
No, it's not like the C10 world where like you can buy. There's multiple companies. Anything.
Obviously the beams add a complication to these, right?
Yes.
And is there ways to make the beams better? Potentially. We're looking into how we can make beams better. Do we figure out an IFS thing? If you do the Crown Vic stuff, it's not ideal, right? You end up with a super wide track width.
Yeah.
Limited on wheels, limited on some other stuff. We want to turn the two-wheel drive world of the OBS stuff similar to the Chevy stuff, where there's off-the-shelf parts, update spindles, update stuff to where like there's more brakes readily available. You can switch lug patterns easier. Like,
yeah,
there's just a lot of things that we want to go down the road exploring with the two-wheel drive stuff. Obviously it's going to be next couple of years.
Probably. Oh yeah, it takes time.
Yeah,
but that's awesome. I think it's a great direction to go.
And you know how long it takes to develop new parts, right? Like, I think you're in the process of doing some of that right now.
Oh, yeah.
Even on a simple part, you understand how long it takes.
It takes forever.
Yeah. And you think, oh, I'm going to have this done in a week or two. And then those weeks go by, and then months go by, and then you're waiting for prototypes, and you're waiting for your laser guy to get you a quote back.
Yeah. The laser guy getting a quote back can be challenging. But yeah,
there's just a lot of moving parts that can have delays. So,
oh yeah,
we're going down the road. Do we know when any of this stuff's going to be available? Absolutely not.
No, but it's coming.
We are in a position with OBS in the same shop as us, and our engineers and theirs, and the design teams and the logistics teams on both sides being able to work together is a game changer
for sure.
It's just like you talked about on the last podcast. Carrick Customs doesn't afford to have several $1 million worth of equipment to build these parts, right?
Exactly.
OBS Solutions doesn't afford to have several $1 million worth of equipment to produce these parts.
Right.
I have a separate business that has a whole nother side to it.
That does manufacturing.
That has the tools that we can now make it more readily available to OBS Solutions being in the same building. There's no communication gaps. There's no, like, our guys get to work directly with their guys. Their guys have access to our tools.
Yeah.
If we don't have guys that can
it's
jump on a tool and do something, we can have OBS guys use the tools. it would be just like if you moved into our shop too. Like,
oh, I know.
How much of a game changer would it be if we built another building next to ours that you are in, right? Like,
it would be insane.
Logistically, that obviously doesn't happen, but in an ideal world, that's what we would do. We would,
for sure,
we would have the manufacturing in the middle and just build a complex around it to all of our customers could just.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it really would. It's just it's so hard to the Ace Metalworks side can have those machines because it's not just making like one specific part. Like you're doing jobs for all sorts of different
multiple
companies.
Retail customers. And then, we also the other factor that we have in it is the industrial side, right? Like, and the larger manufacturing companies that don't sell retail, they're manufacturing, dump truck bodies and
right.
boats and all kinds of other like large scale manufacturing that we have our hands in.
Yep.
Is what supports that, right? Like,
totally. No, that's awesome.
Which, if you wanted to buy all those tools to subsidize it,
you would have
to jump into that, like
job shop stuff,
right? Unless Carrot gets to a giant scale to where you're like, we have to all now, but
right?
The size you have to be
it's big.
People think that like, oh, you could, John, why don't you just buy that? Well, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
How much do you want your suspension kit to cost?
Right. You have to be competitive in the market. And
right. Like, you could buy a laser and a brand new press brake and do most of your parts, right?
Yeah.
But you can't sell it for $15,000.
No. No, there's a very fine, happy medium there. And, we're expanding as well. And who knows, maybe one day we will, but there's just something.
Right, that should be your goal, right? I want to be big enough to where I have to buy these tools.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, that's where a shop like us, I mean, we have 20 customers just like you, right?
Yeah.
Have an idea in their head, but how do you build it at scale?
Yep.
Well, you have really expensive tools. That's how you build things at scale.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
it's tricky.
It's tricky. And even prototyping is tricky because some of the tools that you have to use to prototype, like, are expensive.
Oh, for sure.
You can't just cut flat bars with an angle grinder and use that as a prototype.
Yeah.
It has to be designed in CAD software. And there's so many pieces to getting something to be able to come to me.
Totally. Yeah. No, it's a long process with lots of learning.
Yes.
But we are going to be bringing more and more to you because our goal is to support or have products for 1980 through eventually through current Ford F-Series trucks, like 3/4 ton, 1 ton stuff. And I'm sure most of our customers know, but we got into the 99 to 04 stuff. So, which is the first generation Super Duty, I guess you would say. And they came leaf sprung. So we make a coilover front suspension kit for those now that uses the factory axle. You gain turning radius, which is awesome because legitimately the turning radius on those was so bad purely because if they gave it more, like the steering box has more room in it, everything has more room in it, but it would crash the tie rod into the bracket on the axle for the track bar and steering stabilizer. And so they just reduced the turning radius or the steering radius of that to fix that, and it makes them. Anyways, once you go with our suspension, you can actually increase your steering angle. Which
and then you're
fantastic.
Also not limited to your wheel offset too. If you want to run a bigger tire, with your stuff now,
you're not running into leaf springs.
You're not banging. As soon as somebody put a big tire even on a factory wheel, it instantly you lose 10 degrees.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
It's so true.
So unless you ran like an offset wheel and then you run an offset wheel and it hits the fender, like there's just a lot of yeah.
So
and you gain ride, right? Like
yeah.
at the end of the day, your coilovers that are built for those trucks.
Oh, they'll outperform any new truck.
And they'll outperform just drivability wise is I guess what I'm saying. Like aside from the off-road side of it.
No, like on the road.
On the road capabilities, there's not a shock you can buy to match with a coil spring that's going to ride as good as a coilover.
Right.
That's built specifically for the truck.
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, did the 9904 front suspension. We're just about to do the rear.
Which has been moving good too. Like,
yeah.
Obviously I get to see.
You've seen.
I get to see a direct reflection because you're making orders of these, right? And I'm like, oh,
they're moving.
Great idea, John.
And it's great. We got slowed down on doing more because our test rig, the Excursion, lost oil pressure in the V10. But big shout out to my buddy Tony, who gave me the V10 out of his like 2000 or 2001 Super Duty that we actually prototyped the suspension on, but he did a Cummins swap in it. And so our new guy Cooper just finished putting that engine in the Excursion, and it's back up and running.
Because you haven't done much testing on it either, right?
No, we've done plenty of testing. Right. In like the testing.
Oh, I guess you were driving the thing to California.
Yeah. The testing was all done, and I was like, this thing's good to go. Let's take it on a vacation and tow the boat to Shasta with it.
Because John likes to use old rigs to go long distances.
Well, that was newer than my other truck.
Right.
And we've legitimately made it 25 miles before the oil pressure gauge showed 0 and the light came on. And I'm like, it's got to be a sensor. And then all of a sudden it started knocking bad. And we had to switch rigs. And so it's been down since last summer, but it's like back up and running now. So I can't thank Tony enough. That was awesome to get a like fairly low miles, like solid running V10. As much as I want to do a Cummins in it, because we make the mounts for that, it was just like right now it just needs to get back up and running.
One more project is not what you need on your plate.
No. So then we've decided to get into the 05 through 16 trucks to start. And what's funny is a while back, Devin and I did a podcast about like our favorite body style Super Duty, pre-Illuma Duty. And I was saying that I think I like the 6.4 body style best, and the like 11 through 16 I was just not a fan of. But I bought a 2015 Crew Short F250 6.7 that I actually really, really like now. Or I should say the business bought it.
Now you're going to have a bunch of OBS guys with their panties a bunch.
Well, there's a bunch of OBS guys that also have Super Duties.
A lot of people tow their OBS trucks with Super Duties.
Yeah. And so
I'm sure we'll have some show up at the truck show.
Yeah.
Behind Super Duties.
For sure. And we're not like going to stop doing OBS truck stuff. Like we still have products in the queue for that as well. Like we just released the TTB 50 leveling kit. Like
and you have some other stuff coming too.
Oh yeah. There's more stuff coming on those. But wanted to, just expand the product line and sticking with Fords. So yeah, we got a pretty grandpa'd out, beautiful like green with I don't know the different paint schemes, but like the dark brownish gray, like two-tone on the bottom.
That looks black at night. When you first showed up at my shop with it, I'm like, thing's black.
I do regret getting a dark colored truck
especially because you live in the desert.
I live in the desert and I don't have any space to keep it inside. So you wash it and within a day it's dusty.
Right.
But it looks so beautiful when it's washed.
It's a cool color.
So we just released, I wanted to start with the the biggest issues that they have first. And so when I got this truck, it had like 133,000 miles on it, and the guy had just had the track bar ball joint replaced. And I bought it. I've got paperwork for it. I bought it 3,000 miles after that, and drove it home, checked, and the ball joint is already worn out. Like, because it's a terrible design. It never should have had a track bar ball joint. Yep. It was just, it's a dumb design. So,
well, it's a dumb design, and the aftermarket support, the manufacturing for it is terrible.
Oh, it's garbage.
The sources, there's no really good sources for a good one, anyways.
Yeah. And on a side note, driving that 2015 home from, just outside of Portland, so like a 3-hour drive home, after being used to driving my OBS trucks with our suspension on it, I hopped in that thing. I'm like, this thing rides like garbage. Like, it is terrible. It just, I mean, okay, I shouldn't say terrible. It rides better than a stock, OBS for sure.
A bread van rides stock.
Yeah, but it doesn't ride like exponentially better. Like, it's very bouncy and just harsh, and so that's obviously going to get addressed. But the first thing we did was this new track bar that is fully available now and actually will work for all your OBS trucks that have 05 that have Super Duty swaps in them.
Does it go into your track bar, or are you making a different track bar bracket to use that on OBS?
No, it goes into the factory, like, Super Duty track bar bracket.
Oh, right. If you've swapped a Super Duty axle and used the factory track bar, you just replace it with yours.
Exactly. Gotcha. And so what we did was eliminated the ball joint at the axle, and designed a uniball cup that gets pressed in to that same location, and then uses a 1-inch Teflon lined uniball in there with, proper spacers that are, the uniball itself is the only wear item.
And if people that don't understand what a uniball is, it's like a large heim.
Yes,
can be inserted. It has no threads on it. It's a large heim with no threads.
It's a spherical bearing.
Yeah.
That is like, it's not a custom bearing, the part that would actually wear.
And they're super durable.
Very durable and very rigid. So that goes into the axle side, and then we have, a double shear clamshell, and on the track bar itself that goes over it with 3/8-inch tabs, and a 20 mil bolt that goes through. And then that's all, those tabs are welded and gusseted on a inch and a half. Yeah, I'll pull it up. On an 1.5 3/8 wall.
That'd be easier than doing hand signals if you just pull it up.
Yeah. Products. Yeah, so there's a whole new section on here. So you can see everything here. It's I hate that pop-up on our website. I don't know if it actually does anything for us, but you can see the uniball cup, the uniball with the misalignment spacers, the snap rings for it. And so the tube itself is 1.5 3/8 wall that is machined threads on the other end. So there's no weld joint for the heim that goes to the frame side of the bracket.
Yeah, there's no insert in it.
Correct. Yeah. And some track bars for these trucks are not bent properly, and so they tell you have to trim part of the engine cross member so it clears. You don't have that with this. It clears everything exactly the way it should. And it, like, you can have worn out steering linkage. You can have worn out other, parts in your front end. But with this track bar, you hit bumps, you are not going to get death wobble because it's keeping that axle planted exactly where it's supposed to be. The other benefit is it keeps factory geometry, because the pivot point is in the same location. So unlike there are other options out there that eliminate the ball joint, but they change the pivot point, and that can
they raise it up. Most of them,
yes,
don't they? Yeah.
and it can induce bump steer because the relationship between that and the drag link had just changed. So it's not cheap, but everything is, CNC cut, bent.
It's all locally made. Isn't your machine shop here too?
Yep, machine shop's local, and all the misalignment spacers, the uniball housing are all 17-4 stainless. Like it's extremely durable. Will outlast, everything else out there. And if/when you do wear out either the uniball at the axle or the Heim joint on the frame, they're easily sourced. It's not like a one-off piece. But you can see some of the pictures here how it connects to the axle. It clamshells over. So double shear, meaning it, instead of it only having one tab, like kind of before, they're a single shear where it's just going in, the ball joint studs going through with a nut. This it captures the bolt it captures the joint on both sides.
Which ideally is how you want to mount anything if possible. Is to have double shear.
Yeah, single shear you don't want. So started with the track bar, and it's been thoroughly tested. In fact, I took the prototype parts and installed them the day or two before we were leaving for King of the Hammers, which is in Johnson Valley, California. And that's
because you barely got the parts from me.
Yes.
And you barely got the prototype back from machining.
Yep. And installed it.
And sent it.
And then drove it 2,000 miles towing a 20-foot car trailer with two side-by-sides.
That's how you do it.
And I brought the original track bar and my ball joint press with me just in case I needed to, like, something, it's prototype.
You don't know.
And checked it every stop.
You overbuild things.
Yeah. Way overbuild.
But you just still never know.
Yeah. And it worked flawlessly. Granted, everything was machined out of steel instead of stainless, and I didn't paint or powder coat anything. And by the time we got back, I was like, it was a bit corroded, but it works. I mean, it works so good. And so these are available on the website now. And then the other thing we did that we have up so far is just some OE style rear blocks, because F250s came with a 2-inch block. And then you do a 2.5-inch level on them, you're going to sit nose high. It's not actually level. And you need an F350 block, which is 3 5/8 inch. So we just have a 3 5/8 inch rear block that has a bump stop tang and everything, so that if you are going for that level, then you can get those blocks. And we currently have coil springs in prototyping, which I'm super stoked. They're supposed to be here at the end of the month, and we will be
a factory replacement
leveling coil spring that's a soft ride.
Yeah, instead of putting a puck in them or
no puck. And so we'll have a coil spring shock package, and then once we get done with that stuff, obviously like coilovers, links. It's the goal for this is this platform is a lot easier to do this with than the OBS trucks. So our goal is to have like everything from like more entry level basic, like make it ride better and drive better.
Yep.
That's not crazy expensive, all the way to like coilovers and links and like more
reservoir shocks and bypasses.
All of that stuff. And when you're starting with a truck that's not factory leaf sprung, it's easier to do that. So,
and the Super Duty axle has legitimate mounts built onto it.
Yeah.
They're strong.
They're strong. They're good axles.
They're great locations. Obviously everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Rarely any time do you see even people building custom trucks and put Super Duties in them rarely do you see somebody cutting the Super Duty mounts off.
No. Yeah, they're good.
Yep.
So that is keep an eye on that stuff because we're going to be coming out with more, and like it's one of those things. Prototyping takes forever, but I'm really excited, and we're also going to be coming out with some more OBS stuff that might use Super Duty axles as well. So that is in the near future.
It's the natural progression, right? Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, the cost to rebuild a Dana 60 is expensive. Well, and a lot of work.
The cost, both Dana 60s are going to be the same.
Right. But a lot of people are buying lower, like we had the conversation on the last podcast about B&R. People, you can go to B&R and find a low mile Dana 60 out of a Super Duty Dana 60 bolted in your truck. You gain turning radius. You gain there's a lot of gains to it, and they're just more readily available now.
Totally.
Like if you want to do a swap in your truck, a Super Duty, in my opinion, is the way to go.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're going to do a swap, just a second. I've got a guy from work asking me questions. Use the company.
My guys must be really preoccupied with running the new laser.
Perfect.
Because they're like all involved right now. So I haven't heard nothing today.
Nice.
I mean, I have, but not like a normal.
I mean, I like the factory Dana 60 and OBS trucks, and our suspension on it works so freaking good. I also like the Super
I have your kit on my truck.
Yeah. They're both good options. I'm not knocking either one. I just want to be able to provide options for all of it. And so, yeah, that's kind of like my big announcement, whatever, is that we're going to start doing stuff for the newer trucks as well, but we're not losing steam on OBS trucks by any means.
And it's, a lot of the OBS guys, even like the guys that are trying not to put a bunch of miles on their trucks and are preserving their OBS trucks are moving to the newer trucks just because they're like, hey, I need to save this OBS truck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same as me. My blue truck that has your kit on it was my daily driver.
Oh yeah.
And I got to a point where I'm like, I have to quit driving this. It's too nice. It's not replaceable.
Yeah.
I can replace it with something new.
Yep. Yeah.
And these trucks are obtainable for your average person. Like OBS trucks cost as much. Like if you want a nice OBS,
it's going to cost just as much.
It costs as much as this truck. And this truck already has leather seats and air conditioning that works, and you don't have to recharge every couple of years.
Yeah.
It
makes a big difference.
I think it's a really good step for you.
Yeah. And we're excited about it. I think, I still have my OBS truck and I still really like those.
I drank too much coffee. I'm spilling already.
Getting shaky hands. But moving, from that point, we've talked about already, just the challenges in prototyping and developing parts and I don't want this to come off as like complaining by any means, because I feel like I feel so blessed to be able to do this for a living, because honestly, yes, money is important because in order to put a roof over your head. It's why we all get out of
bed in the morning, right?
Provide for your family. But I don't do this I don't develop parts and think, ooh, dollar signs. I develop parts because I'm like, I think this is really cool and I really like it. And I'm in a position now where this is my job and it's fun. And so all of this comes out of passion and essentially hobby that I like. And so, yeah.
And it's expensive. Your investment to build this track bar is huge. And the time, right?
Astronomical.
And if you aren't recouping your time, what's the point?
Yeah. Yeah. The time and the I mean, if I was building one off for myself, wouldn't be a problem. You wouldn't have to,
Right. You wouldn't spend nearly the time on the design. You would just throw it together.
Yeah, it's building, and there are times where I actually miss doing stuff just for myself. Like if I'm building a truck, because it's so much easier to make a cool suspension or part or something that is just a one-off for yourself and get it done. But as soon as you know, decide, well, I want to build this to be able to reproduce, it complicates things.
Everything. The way you design it, the way you draw it.
Yes.
The amount of time that goes into making multiple prototypes so you get it exactly right.
And
triples.
Figure out the production process and how to reproduce this and have an end result that a customer is able to purchase and follow instructions and install on their truck and have a good experience and a nice product at the end. It just takes so much more time and more.
Well, well, not only does it take time, it takes a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
You have to pay me every time I cut one of these.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's just part of the game. I mean, we obviously try and help out, but it costs money just to develop, like hard dollars, just to develop it. You have to pay a machinist, hopefully only once, to make the cup for this, right? Like,
yep.
If you're lucky, you do it in 2 tries.
This was not a 2 try.
You know what I mean?
This was a 3 or 4.
It's just it's the way it is. And
yeah.
I know you don't like to sound like you're bitching, and you're not, but you have to at some point recover your money.
Yeah, yeah.
And your time investment into it.
If the goal is to make a product to sell, yes, we have to recover the cost of the development. And, all of that is factored into, like, I know we want to talk about like how, like just some of the reasons why different products are expensive. And it's like, I personally don't make a ton of money.
No.
I make enough to pay my bills and pay our employees and everything, but like I'm not like rolling in the dough.
Well, and it's very skewed comment when people say that's expensive, because to some people it is expensive.
Yes.
To some people, they're like, well, that's so cheap. Why would I do this myself? Like,
yeah,
it's a very subjective statement, and it's really hard to make it clear to people why things cost so much.
Right. And
what it takes to go take this from an idea, driving your truck home,
yep,
going, man, if this track bar didn't wobble, this thing would drive 10 times better. Like, what it takes to go from that idea to this sitting on your website with instructions and nuts and bolts and a packing slip, is insane.
And I started this development process almost immediately. So I think I got it in December, and it is just now rolling out, and it's almost the end of May. So 5 months.
Right. People are like, why'd that take you so long? It's just like, dude, it's just 2 little tabs and a bent bar.
Yeah.
Like, what takes 6 months? I could do that in my garage.
And you could. One
time.
Yes.
Maybe 5 times, right? Like, oh, your buddy wants one too.
But you would need a bender that is capable of bending 3/8 wall tubing, which I have bent 3/4 inch pins on my Bailey CNC bender. You would need a lathe to be able to turn the housings and make the misalignment spacers, and like the tooling that it would take to do it properly without like cutting, drilling out the hole in your axle, finding a universal cup that you can like drill it out to that size, weld that into the axle, there are ways to do it
Right.
on your own.
Well, and some guy might say, hey, I have a plasma cutter in my garage. I could make that. Well, yeah, you could.
Totally.
But you don't want to sell a plasma cut hole.
No.
You have a plasma cutter.
I have a CNC plas table.
And it's prototype.
Yep, only.
On a production scale, you can't have plasma cut holes. You can, but the quality that you want to sell to your customer, it's not practical.
Exactly. And for those of you that don't know, so like a CNC plas table, for one, it's a game-changing tool.
Absolutely.
If you do fab work and you can justify the expense,
you should have one.
You should have one. And you need to learn how to draw at least 2D in CAD. Learning sheet metal functions in Fusion is great. But like a rudimentary press brake and a CNC plas table, if you're a DIYer, is like game changing. It changes the way you think about things.
Yeah.
But
it's expensive.
It's expensive, but they're getting cheaper, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
But a plas table versus a laser. So like when you cut a hole for a bolt on a plas table, we have to open our holes up roughly 60 thousandths over the bolt size because the kerf, so like the angle that the taper, I guess you could say, on the cut is not super precise on a plasma. The top where it actually cuts out but it angles. And so you have to oversize the hole in order to fit the bolt through.
Or you have to post-process it, run a ream through it, run a drill through it.
Yes.
It's hard on drill bits. It's hard on reams.
Because it hardens the metal.
It adds time.
Yeah.
All of the above.
To where when you do it on a laser, 5 thousandths?
No, 3 to 5.
3 to 5 thousandths. So you're getting like a square cut instead of an angled cut.
And a very accurate hole diameter.
Mm-hmm.
Like the actual diameter.
Exactly. So having it laser cut, like we want all of our products.
Right. You could shave money off of this by cutting them on your plasma cutter, but your quality goes down.
Yes.
And that's not what you're here for.
No. And our, like, we're not set up to run the plas table production.
No.
Anymore. That was my initial plan. When I first got it, like, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, it was going to be, gosh, it's been 10 years, I think. I was like, oh, sweet. This is a production machine. And then all of a sudden I like got into that world.
Because you're like, I can do 10 of them at a time.
Yeah. Yeah. And it just isn't feasible. Just like, like using a tube bender, like a JD squared or whatever with a swag off-road hydraulic ram on it, like I used to have. You can do so much with that.
You can get by with it.
But that's not a production machine.
No.
It is a great hobbyist machine.
It's not what you do at scale.
No.
If you want to make 100 of these accurately, efficiently.
Yes.
Because otherwise, if you did them all on some rudimentary bender, it would actually cost you more.
Yeah.
This would get more expensive to do at scale with cheaper equipment.
Yes. It takes CNC benders and like this thing. So we get the tube. This might be fun. So I order the tube from a company in the Pacific Northwest that has trucks that come in, to Central Oregon every week. So we get the tube, we cut the tube, and then this is just on the tube itself. Then the tube goes to a machine shop in a bulk quantity.
Right.
The machine shop.
Because it's not cost effective for you to own the...
Not yet.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
But they take all the tubes and they thread them, machined threads so that we don't have a weld joint on that end. And we're using, heavy wall tube that doesn't have deflection. Then it comes back to us and then it gets processed through our CNC bender. They all get bent. Then it goes to the production line, for welding. Then you get to the plate work. So the plate we order from you, you cut it, then You use the press brake, bend it, and do it in bulk quantity. Then that comes back to us. Then it gets all welded together. Then the other parts, like the housing and the misalignment spacers and all of that, machine shop orders bulk quantity, stainless, loads it all up in their, Haas ST20 with a Y-axis and machines them all. Then comes back, once the tube is all finished welded, that goes off to the powder coater, gets powder coated. Then it comes back, and then finally it gets put on the shelf to get packed and shipped.
But then it's not even done there.
No.
It has to get pulled off the shelf, put in packaging. Somebody's got to check. This is obviously a really simple thing.
This is a simple one.
It's got to get somebody has to verify, and they still get missed every once in a while, but somebody still has to verify that all the nuts and bolts are in the right packages. All the nuts and bolts got in the box. Somebody has to put their hand multiple times on every single piece before it lands in a box to go out the door.
Yep.
Like the amount of hands that touch all these parts between my shop, machine shop, your shop, everybody's is insane.
It's crazy to think about.
And everybody's getting paid to touch those. Everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Besides you is getting a direct paycheck to touch those.
Uh-huh.
And every time somebody touches it, it adds a dollar amount.
Yeah.
Every single time.
And then you have to, once you figure out all of your hard costs on all the products, then you have to set your margin. And that margin has to cover, obviously, the cost of the products, the cost of paying the team to assemble and pack and ship them. Then it also has to cover the internet, and not every, but like just broadly speaking, the margin has to cover all the utilities. So internet, power, water, rent. I would have to pull up the budget sheet to really like cover all the different things. Fuel, like
the costs are astronomical, and it's just like anything else. Just like somebody that's working for a paycheck, the costs of everything on our end is expensive.
Very.
Tomorrow I could call you and say, "Hey, steel prices just went up 30%. I know you have a fixed price on your website, but unfortunately, John, I have to raise your price."
Yep.
Because I have the same scenario. I have huge expensive equipment that has to be paid for, and I can't just eat the material costs every time it goes up.
No.
It gets passed directly onto you. No different than gas prices, no different than anything else. Like,
and then if the prices,
and you either have to make the choice that like, hey, I want to still sell this at that. I'm just going to eat this $4, or I have to raise my price.
Yeah. And sometimes we're able to eat it, and sometimes like we will usually eat price changes for a while.
Yep.
And then we have to do it
because in the background, metal prices, for people that don't know, fluctuate significantly,
like daily.
It's just like gas prices. We are playing a game, a commodities game with metal. It's constantly up and down, back and forth. I do my best on my end to never change your prices. I eat some. That's another thing that people don't see either, that like on the manufacturing side, to help guys like you keep your prices fixed, some days I eat some. Some days I might break even if the prices go up a bunch. I might break even on the parts just so you don't have to raise your prices.
Yeah. And some days
when the prices go way down, I'm actually making some money and it's great. And we're clapping and cheering, right? Like,
yeah. Well, and on top of that, like for one, doing more volume always makes it to where you can have, lower prices, because it helps to, you don't have to have as much of a margin because you're doing a large quantity, but you still have to. But at the end of the day, like the business itself needs to generate a profit, and not in a greedy way.
it's the same way as no one goes to work for free.
True.
Nobody. If I told all my guys, if I called my shop today and said, "Hey guys, I'm doing this podcast. You guys aren't getting paid today."
Nobody's showing up.
Nobody's showing up.
As they shouldn't.
So you have to make something, or you don't keep making new parts. You don't build things like, if there's no incentive in it, we don't do it.
Well, and if the business only ever breaks even, then it's never going to grow.
No.
Because you don't, if all you're doing is breaking even the entire time, or you're being a greedy business owner and pulling any profits out so the business isn't making money and it's still breaking even, then you can not physically pay to develop new products and design new things and bring cool products to market for more people.
Yeah.
So like the business has to put money, it can't just pay the bills, it has to put money to its own bottom line if you ever want to develop new stuff and provide more. Like, it's not about like necessarily the greedy side of money. It's like, well, I've still got ideas. I still want to make more cool stuff that I think other people would like. And the only way to do that is if you like turn a profit and reinvest it again.
Yeah. You're not a nonprofit organization.
No. I wish I was taxed like one though.
Yeah, right. But to come up with new stuff, people also don't understand like the actual cost to develop something like that. Like your time, the software you use, the amount of prototypes you do, like just to get a product to market, you're gambling.
Oh.
You're also taking money that you earned.
Yeah.
And gambling it because this thing might not sell.
And it hasn't yet.
So buy some.
Yeah.
But you could be tens of thousands into, obviously this is a small product and it's a different reference, but
if you factor in the truck, it's it's in the tens of thousands.
Right, but if you even just factor in hard costs for this part specific, by the time I made you a couple machine shop ones, like everybody expects to get paid. Like,
oh yeah,
the machinist is like, oh, that didn't fit. I'll make you a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
No, the machinist is like, well, does it meet your specs? Well, yeah. It still doesn't fit? No.
Okay. Revision, pay for another one.
Like, everybody has to make money, and everybody that we do work with expects us to be paid.
Yeah.
So it gets really, really expensive to develop parts. And you also have to value your time. You can't just give your time up for free, just like we were saying. None of our employees come to work for free just to give us their time.
Yes. Yeah, and that's true. I will say I don't look at like the instant gratification of it, like I will put in the time. Like I don't take a big paycheck at all.
Right.
I'm trying to look at the long term, like I'll eat as much as I can, cost wise and my time wise to get the product to market so that in the future, once it sells, maybe I will get paid back from it.
Well, and another thing that a lot of people overlook too is we have families that depend on us.
Yes.
Like, if this doesn't make a profit, your guys in your shop don't make their house payments, don't pay their power bills.
Yeah.
Don't put diapers on their kids. Like, the part that people overlook when they like to bitch about how much something costs is the fact that it's not just you and I that are surviving on this.
Yeah. There's
a whole lot of other people that this is supporting.
Yeah.
It's supporting the machine shop guy. It's supporting me. It's like, there's a lot of people that this part has to feed.
It feeds the guy who delivers the tube to the shop.
Right. People like to instantly look at it like you're greedy. But no, at the end of the day, you're trying to support these people too.
Yeah.
They matter to us. My employees matter to me.
Same. And my employees are like family.
Right. If I don't make margins on the parts that I sell you, my guys don't make their house payments. And if you don't make margins on the parts that you now turned into a finished product, your guys don't make their house payment. Like,
yeah,
we make it little bits at a time. A lot of people think that you're putting, this is $800 that you're putting 600 of it in your pocket.
Nah, not even close.
You're putting 15 or 20. Yeah. like that's realistic. By the time your margins and everything's are involved, like you're putting dollars in your pocket.
Yeah.
Not hundreds of dollars, but literally dollars.
Yeah, maybe double digits.
Right. So it's hard to get people to understand that conception. And
this is not complaining at all.
No, and part of this is like, right, we want people to understand what it takes to make these at scale.
Yes.
It's not done with a thin wheel. We're going to post some more stuff in our shop. Like, to do these products at scale literally takes millions of dollars in equipment.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have naysayers say, I could do that with my plasma cutter at home, or I could do that with this, do that with that. Okay.
That's fine.
Do hundreds of them and not be 6 months out.
Yeah.
Like
the steering kits I see, and I think some of this conversation was slightly spurred from like different comments on Facebook and whatnot. And
it is 100%.
And I just hope that this doesn't come as like I hope it doesn't come off as complaining or like poor me or what, or like please buy my stuff. It's not that. If you don't want to buy it, that's totally fine. I want happy customers.
If we could make this $400 and put them on every single truck out there, we would.
Yeah. And I think
like our goal is to, and my goal on my end too, is to try and make this as affordable for you so that you can sell the most.
Totally.
But this is what it ends up at. Like,
and the conversation is not to complain. It's to like try and shed light on just the overall process that it takes to, and why the prices can be or like why they can seem high sometimes or, skewed.
Yeah.
And just to, like, there's just, it's tricky.
It is. And the other side that people don't even see on our end is that part comes from a sheet, goes onto the laser. We cut hundreds of them. My guy has to take them and then pick them all out. If there is burrs or one got messed up, we're recutting it. We're reloading pieces and recutting it, like to get your quantities right. They verify a couple holes to make sure that the laser's accurate, and we don't have settings off. Like, then they all get stacked and organized and counted. Then they move to the press brake. And then press brake guy takes the print, figures out what toolings he needs, what program he needs to run, programs the press brake, loads all the tooling in the press brake. Because if you're not familiar with press brakes, people think they're simple. They are as far from simple as you can get. There's so many variables with tooling. So he has to put specific tooling in the press brake for that job.
Yeah.
Bend them all. Then they go to get checked again. So we make sure that all the bends are accurate. Make sure all the holes are free of burrs the best we can. And then they get palletized, checked, and shipped.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of hands, and that's just flat bent parts like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. And for anybody that's interested in designing their own products, if you're going to like do a formed sheet metal part, learning how to draw something that can be formed in a press brake is there's a learning curve there, and it's
and there's
really
an art
interesting.
To it.
Yeah,
there's an art to it
because you can draw on a computer something with all these crazy bends, but the reality of being able to make that in a press brake is totally different.
Well, and you can have all the press brake tooling in the world, and there's still constraints to what can and can't be bent.
It's a really fun one to learn, to like for somebody that like I was talking to my UPS driver who's really into fab stuff and off-road stuff, and he was talking about this like thing he wanted to make and how he wanted to bend it. And I was like, well, that sounds cool, but that can't be done in a press brake because you got to think where it's going to crash into the tool itself.
Right.
And he's like, I never even thought about that. I'm like, I know, because I was in the same position. I've had to learn. Like, I still will send you drawings. Yeah. I did that recently with an aluminum part. I'm like, you're like, dude, these two bends
are way too close together.
Way too close together. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. Well, but it worked on my 3D printer.
Yeah. We get that a lot. People are like, well, I printed it and it bolted up. And I'm like,
yeah,
cool. 3D print them then.
In metal, which is becoming a surprisingly, like, the cost of having stuff 3D printed in metal
legitimate.
Is coming down.
It's coming down, and it's still practical for small run stuff. We've actually explored that option on prototyping some stuff with 3D printed metal.
I am very interested in doing some of that.
Yeah, the sheet metal world is a lot more complicated than people like to think, and especially doing it at scale takes really expensive tools.
Yeah.
And really expensive employees.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have any, I'm not to downplay. I don't know how to say this without like downplaying people, but we have highly skilled people in every position in our shop that are well paid to run all these pieces of equipment.
Yeah.
So
nobody's making minimum wage.
No.
Nor should they.
And our shop floors are swept by these same guys. Like, actually, most of the shop floor sweeping is done by me because it's like a brainless task I'd like to do. But
yeah,
I get like a weird enjoyment out of sweeping the floor.
Same.
But the costs of those employees and it is not cheap for you to get a pallet of parts from me.
No. And
then you have to buy those and pay me and sit on that money.
And hope that they sell.
That money is out of your checking account.
Yep.
Until they sell.
Yeah.
So if you're not making some return on that money, you might as well just put it in the stock market and hang out.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. And I would rather make cool truck parts than do that.
Yeah. So it's hard to, and you don't want to call people, hey, well, you're just cheap. Like,
no.
The guys that make these comments, I don't think that they are cheap. I just don't think they understand what it takes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And
they've more than likely never made something on a production scale and gone through the whole process of, think about how many times we've had to have the conversation like, hey, you don't have enough information on this print.
Oh yeah.
Like, people don't understand that, like, when you send that to me, the amount of work that you have to do to where you can hand it off to us and it can be made to your specs without talking to every guy that's in my process.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's
you're passing that off to a guy that's never seen that part, doesn't know anything about the part, doesn't know where it goes, what it does, but he's got to make it.
Which is one of the coolest parts about working with you and Ace Metalworks, is because I've worked with other laser shops that they're not truck guys, they're not into the stuff.
Right.
And they just don't care.
Nope.
But with you, like, you actually understand what we're like going for. And I love the feedback where sometimes you're like, hey, we need to make this little change. It'll function better.
I can sometimes catch things that you didn't catch.
Yes.
But most of the time, that's on the builder, the designer. That, like, you have to think about everything before you send it to production.
Oh yeah.
Which could take days or weeks, right? Like you're like, all right, I think this is ready to go. But I got to go through and double check, make sure all the information's on my prints. My models are updated. My 3D models are updated. All my 2D files are updated in the right ones, in the right revision.
And the part numbers.
The part numbers.
Correct. And not another,
doesn't match the last part number that I sent. Like, there's so much behind the scenes, even outside of the actual fab shop, that has to happen. You know, there's expensive software.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's so many pieces of this puzzle that people don't see and that they don't ever get to see. And we've talked about it. Doing more content that is that. The behind the scenes,
I'm bad at making content. I just which is why sometimes it's hard for me to.
And I love it. I love seeing it. Like
I love seeing the content.
I don't know if I can't think of his name. I'm gonna pull it up so I don't butcher it. I love this guy's content. It's he does drift parts, but
Josiah.
Yep. His content is my favorite only because he's like, hey, check this out. And then he shows it 3D printed and he shows the model and he like, I think this kind of shows people get to see like why his parts probably cost so much.
Oh yeah. Well, and like if you,
and I sometimes look at his parts and get on his website and you're like, how does he do it for so cheap?
He is so cool. If you're into like design and manufacturing or just like, design stuff.
Yeah, forget that he builds mainly drift car stuff. If you are just into design and manufacturing.
Oh, it's such a fun page.
Like to see how things are made. This guy really goes in depth on what it takes to make it happen.
Yeah. His name is Josiah Falaise. Falaise. Look him up on Instagram, YouTube. It's the FDF Race Shop. He actually built an angle kit for Cletus McFarland's
Corvette.
No.
Oh, the CTS.
For the Blackwing.
But this guy really and he makes it look. Unfortunately, he makes it look easy.
He does. And he's so good.
But he does a really, really good job at showing the process, right? Hey, here's my drawing. This is how I 3D scanned it, made a part, 3D printed it, checked it with a 3D print, then machined it, then checked it again. Really, I would like to see okay, this video, you took all these clips.
Yeah.
What's the time frame from the first clip to the last? There's months in between some of these short little videos.
Oh yeah.
From the first clip to the product in his hand.
It's crazy.
And he does a really good job at documenting it. And
he's just he's a good designer.
Oh, he's great.
Some of his style is a little different than what I'm used to, but I dig the stuff he comes out with is so cool and
so creative, and the everything is functional.
Yeah, and showing his fixtures and jigs and just the process on all of it. It's so neat, and you can learn a ton from this guy.
Angle kit for a OBS,
dude. Could you imagine building an OBS drift truck? That would be fun.
You know what's really funny is I was thinking about marketing stuff and how cool it would be to do one of those burnout things with an OBS burnout truck.
Yeah.
This would be just as cool, but
it would.
That's a whole side conversation.
That would be, or I also have had this idea of the unicorn truck.
Yeah.
Doing that with an OBS.
Yeah.
Where it's on 35s.
Right.
All wheel drive and big flares. Oh, I think that would be so sick.
It would be cool. But this guy for content on like the back end of like,
yeah, of manufacturing.
you know, even I'm pretty sure some of the software that he uses, like this higher end 3D modeling stuff, is like $30,000 just for the software. And then, you know, there's a yearly fee. So like this guy makes it look easy, but in the background, he's got very, very expensive tools.
Yeah.
To make this easy.
Uh-huh.
That's the other thing that like when you try and portray, like, yes, this can be done without those tools.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it at scale and do it efficiently, it takes expensive tools.
For sure.
That 3D scanner in his hand, it's probably 10 grand or something too.
Yeah. That's
somebody's like, oh, well, I could get the one that looks just like it on Amazon. It's not the same.
And
it's not the same.
Speaking from experience, having the tool doesn't mean that you can use it proficiently.
Yeah.
I am still learning on my 3D scanner, and it's a challenge.
Yeah. But I think some of this stuff, like people seeing this background, I think it gives you a little bit more understanding of why things cost so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Because this shows you like the actual development and what it takes.
Yeah.
I think there's some other guys that do a little bit like it, but this guy's like I'm a fanboy.
Yeah, same. I didn't realize I didn't follow him on Instagram because I follow him on Facebook.
You better click follow.
Oh, I already did. Yeah, he's super, super awesome. But yeah,
it's off truck subject, but it just falls back into that. It costs a lot of money to manufacture parts.
Yeah.
There's no cheap way to do it.
No.
Good.
Yeah.
It goes back to that old adage that's like, good work isn't cheap and cheap work isn't good. Like,
yep.
We could make you parts cheap. But then you're going to bitch about how shitty they are, or
I don't want to lower the quality.
Right. And some of these people bitch just to bitch, right? Like, I believe that a good portion of them don't understand what it takes to make these parts. And then I think there's a small portion that are just bitching to bitch.
Well, it's easy to do. I do it. Not on Facebook comments, but I'll complain to people about all sorts of things.
Right. But I think some of those guys that do bitch about the cost of things, if they understood that what went into them, they might not bitch as much.
Yeah. And it's really hard to comment back in a way that is not, doesn't come off as being a dick.
Right. Well, and it might be the same as their comment too. Their comment gets taken out of context because it's in text.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I hate text.
It's terrible. Some of the people may not mean exactly what they say, just they're trying to figure out a way to type it, but you should just keep your mouth shut. You should just put your keyboard away.
It's easy to type and post something.
It is, and I don't know if he's still doing it as much. I do appreciate some of the social media people that troll the trolls.
Oh,
because there's a small portion of people that troll your page, troll the OBS page, troll any of it. You know, CP deals with it. Everybody.
Yeah.
I appreciate the people that take their filter off and troll them back.
I know.
There's a guy that I went to high school with that has a pretty big following. He does woodwork stuff.
Yeah.
And he's pretty big on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
And he used to open up a bunch of his videos and just hammer trolls. And I love it.
That's fun.
I don't do it. You obviously stray away from it. Some people stray away from it because it can either be good or bad for business.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's worked for him. He's got like 3 million views or subscribers on YouTube.
I mean, if I was making money off of content and not off of selling products, it would be easier to do that.
And he's making money on content.
Yeah.
So like people trolled him. He got a new girlfriend and she looked young, right? Like people were trolling him. So he did a whole video segment on like
on responding to the
responding
trolls.
to the trolls.
Oh, it's crazy.
I think you can eliminate on our end of it. I think you eliminate some of the trolls by trying to convey why things cost so much.
Yeah,
because that's the biggest troll in our business.
for sure.
Is oh, you're too expensive. That's like the easy thing, right? For everybody, it's like, oh, it's too expensive, too expensive. Well,
Yeah.
I can't make it any cheaper.
No, unfortunately.
I mean, I've had to tell customers, even on our industrial side, they're like, well, that seems really expensive. Can you do it for less? No. Sorry.
Right.
I have to make money or we don't keep the lights on.
Yeah.
Like,
or you're down a laser shop because.
Which, perfect example, there's 2 laser shops that have recently in our area gone out of business. One of them was a pretty close competitor. They're 40 miles from us. We had customers that quoted both of us.
Right.
And they were always cheaper. And I would look at our prices. So I'd be like, okay, am I doing something wrong? Like,
yeah.
What am I missing? Like, why are they so much cheaper than me? And I'd go back through quotes and be like, no. And my customers would be like, well, these guys can do it for that. And it sucks as a business owner to be like, then take it to them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't do it any cheaper.
Right.
And guess what? They're out of business.
Yep.
I'm still in business. Like, we can't race to the bottom either.
Exactly.
We can't just keep going cheaper and cheaper and cheaper until we're out of business.
Yeah.
And maybe there's other stuff going on. I don't know the whole story, why they went out of business. But just from my experience, I saw things there get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost customers because I've had them come to me like, well, this guy does it for this. Well, he's not making any money because I know what I get the material for.
Yeah.
And we're a pretty decent sized shop and people aren't getting it for much less
than that.
And I know what it costs to run my shop. Like, I have pretty detailed numbers on like what it costs to run the laser per hour, what it costs per hour or per minute. We actually break it down per minute because a lot of our stuff is done, is priced based on minute pricing.
Gotcha.
So I have very, very specific break-even cost per minute in my shop on almost everything.
Yeah.
So I can look at some of these quotes that people are doing cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and go, I don't know how they're doing it. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And I hate turning away work, but if it doesn't make any money, I can't do it.
Yeah, then it's just.
And it's the same for you. If it doesn't make, even if it has to make a certain amount of money or you cannot sell it.
No.
And you know as well as I do, if one of your parts doesn't sell because it's at a certain price, instead of lowering your price, you have to abandon the part.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah. Yeah, and the
you
funny
just,
thing is
put the horse out to pasture. Like that's how it has to happen.
The most expensive
or you go out of business.
Products on our website have the smallest margins.
Yes.
Because guess what? I can't like charge you double what I pay for a King coilover.
No.
Because that just would never sell. I can charge like the retail rate and I get 10% off.
It's the same way in my world. We barely make any money on big parts.
Yeah.
Like the bigger it is, the less money we make.
Yep.
And the more our exposure is too, right? Like if we mess up a 1-inch plate part.
Yeah.
I have this very, very small margin on it to start with.
Yep.
And as soon as we mess one up, we're backwards.
Yeah.
That's why we stay away from it. Like I only do it for certain people. We stay away from big parts.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine like being in the world of like the more expensive the material is that you're using. Because I have wasted probably tens of thousands of dollars on over the last 15 years on metal.
Just making prototypes.
Making prototypes that didn't work.
Yep.
And that, scaled out over that much time is doable. I try not to, but that happens. I couldn't imagine like having something using a material that's like astronomically more expensive and then messing that up and, having to start over. This is a crazy different scale, but if you look at like what Elon does with their rockets, like they will, he'll lose $1 billion in a day.
And they have to wrap. So then when you think about it, you have that $1,000 worth of material that you burned up in prototype has to be spread out over however many parts you think you can sell. Like you don't just eat it. You have to get it back at some point or you'll go out of business.
Yeah. At some point you have to.
Yeah.
But that's like, like he launches rockets.
Yeah.
With like, and tries to get them to fail in order to figure out what
they got to do on the next rocket.
And that is like, that's prototyping at a scale where
the cost of prototyping
not die, but like you could lose everything immediately.
Yeah. But the cost of prototyping is another thing that people just do not understand. Oscar was developing a new part. It's coming out shortly for OBS Solutions.
Nice.
But he was close, right? He got the part really close. And then we start making prototypes, right?
Yep.
Probably burned up $1,000 worth of 1/4-inch aluminum. We have to get that. Like, I'm out the money. They have to pay for that.
Yeah.
Like when that part comes onto the OBS website, that is figured into that part.
Yeah, the design time.
Well, no,
and the all of it.
All the prototyping is figured into that part.
Yeah.
Every time somebody touches it, it's figured into that part. But
the hard thing is you have to go back and forth of like, there's such a balance there.
Yeah. And we even had the part really, really close and still made 3 more prototypes. Because we weren't happy with it.
Yeah.
We knew somebody would pick it apart somewhere. So to perfect it so that we could try to keep the bitching to a minimum or the trolls to a minimum, we made 3 more prototypes.
Well, and to represent your company the way you want to, that like...
Which in turn makes the part more expensive.
Yeah.
To make it nice.
Mm-hmm.
We could have left it the way it was and probably shaved a few dollars off the final cost. But we chose to invest more money into that part.
Yeah.
To make it better.
Exactly.
Which people don't see it, right? There's so much stuff that happens behind the scenes that you and I do, or any shop that's manufacturing anything. The other companies that Skies even, right? Like they wanted to, I think they're working on something new.
Nice.
And they want to change it. And it's been 6 months in development probably. And who knows how much money they've spent prototyping it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Sky's been in it a long time. Can you imagine how much money he spent prototyping and fixing mistakes? And
most people could probably retire.
Yeah.
Right now, off the money Sky has spent between the Toyota stuff, Chevy stuff. Like, and you think about all the broad range of stuff Sky has prototyped for. And somebody could retire.
Like, it's so crazy.
And think about how many things that he prototyped and then realized that it was too expensive to even sell and never sold it.
Oh, yeah.
Or tried to sell it and it didn't, and he just buried the hatchet and let it go.
I have some of those.
A guy like Sky would be very interesting to talk to too. That's done the retail game for so long.
Yes.
To say, like, really?
Yeah.
How much money have you spent? He doesn't even know.
Oh,
it's so high that he don't know.
And And like you can't. That's where you have to love what you're doing.
Yes.
To justify it, you can't. If that's why, it, there's a fine balance between a company that is ran by accountants and a company that's ran by enthusiasts.
Yes.
You need a combination. But if it was all done by accountants, like the stuff that we do would never never
like,
be.
You guys are idiots.
Yeah, what are you doing?
You guys are idiots. But I don't know. We're Ricky and I have talked, and Kenny that runs the OBS Solutions social media stuff have talked about like trying to build more content so people see that side.
Yeah.
And you and I have had conversations about it too, because you do cool stuff too.
I know. I need to do more of that. It'd be fun to show like the steering kit process.
Yeah, like what it takes to bend up the tubes.
Takes a very expensive tube bender.
Show people the bender, right? Like show a video of the bender and people go, oh, click, 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 click. Oh, that is expensive. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even have to tell them how much it is. They can get online and figure out how much it costs you to bend those tubes.
The craziest thing is that bending a tube with 4 bends in it, all in the same plane, is like so much harder than you would ever really think it is.
Right. And if you didn't have the tool that you have,
I've done it without
it's nearly impossible to do consistently.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is.
Now, for all the naysayers out there, it's not impossible. I said
nearly. It's tricky and time consuming.
Right. So,
and you can do a straight tube. Like people will say, well, just get this, kit comes with straight tubes and Chevy 1-ton ends. But if you do that, your tie rod will crash into your diff cover
right
at full lock. That's why we have bends in it. And you can't, if you put bends in it with that style of tie rod end, the Chevy 1-tons, you can't adjust it by just rotating the tie rod. So now, anytime to adjust toe, you have to remove the tie rod end from the knuckle and potentially ruin it to make an adjustment, put it back in and hope you're right. Like there's so many reasons to make things different.
Right. So hopefully we're going to create some content to show people. I need to do more on the Ace Metalwork. It's funny because I originally started the Ace Metalworks social media just because like friends and family are always curious. Like we have a lot of cool stuff going on in our shop, and people are like, how come you don't ever post anything? Like, how come you like, or we want to come see it, right? Like, and not everybody has the opportunity to just, I have an open door to my friends and family, right? You just show up at my shop and walk around. But like not everybody lives around where they can come see it. So that was like literally the only reason I did it. But now it's getting, more and more curiosity. People from the OBS side, from your side, I'm sure there's tons of people that follow your website that would love to see how we're doing your parts. Yeah. Right. So we're going to work on ramping up some of the content just on the shop manufacturing side, not only to give people an inside look, but it also gives the people that don't understand why things cost so much.
It gives them more.
It legitimizes why they cost so much.
Yeah. Like, well, and you do cool stuff like welding copper crucibles, like. Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't really show much about.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah.
Should I not have even said that?
No, we can talk about. I mean, yeah, we weld copper, right? Like,
which is
for the aerospace industry. But there's stuff that it's very proprietary. It's very secretive. What I've got figured out with it is something pretty special.
Yeah, it's insane.
Which I've posted some teasers about it. I have NDAs. I'm really not like.
Yeah.
I can't really elaborate too much on it. I wish I could. I wish I like the repair we're doing right now. I wish I could be like, check this out. Like,
yeah.
Because to me, it's really cool. And obviously, you've seen it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff. But we have a lot of other really cool things going on in our shop that we need to start sharing.
Yeah.
People love to see it. And then it also piggybacks onto you too, right? Like,
Yeah.
Hey, we're building these parts for John. Check this out.
Yep.
Right? Like gives people a view on all ends.
Yeah. I like it.
So,
well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one.
yeah.
A little bit different. But before we go, we should mention the truck show again. August
14th and 15th.
14th and 15th in Brooks, Oregon, just outside of Salem at the Powerland Heritage Park. You can get tickets at the nobstruckshow.com.
And if you want a chance to win
one
of John's kits,
you
need to pre-register.
Chance to win one of our coilover front suspension kits. You have to pre-register and you have to be there for the raffle drawing.
And we're going to do some more announcements about a cruise.
Yes.
Prior to the Saturday show. As those details get worked out, we're going to get a big group together and cruise up to the show, 25-ish miles.
Yeah.
Mostly freeway. So it'll be we'll have some back roads to the freeway and everybody kind of cruise together. Should be pretty cool.
That would be fun.
Maybe it'll be the biggest line of OBS trucks ever.
Yeah, that would be crazy. It might be. And then, let's see, there was one other thing that just slipped my mind. Check us out. We do have a YouTube channel. It's really benign, but if you like video format more, then that's on YouTube. We also have this on Spotify, all the podcast platforms, but it's video on Spotify. And let us know if there's topics that you would like us to cover, because sometimes we just talk about what we want to talk about. And yeah, if there's any like good topics about truck stuff, or really, truck stuff, it doesn't have to be OBS Fords. It doesn't have to be, just like whatever you're interested in, let us know in the comments. And
even if you have a new cool product that we think, we obviously went into the drifting cars thing, but like if you have cool stuff you want us to talk about or show us that we think is cool, like
hit us up,
send us stuff. Maybe we say, hey, we want to talk to this guy. We want him on our podcast.
That'd be fun.
We love interesting people. You and I are very similar in that.
Yeah, we're very similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And we want to keep this going.
Yeah, we're keeping it rolling. It might get skinny around the truck show time, but then we'll...
we're going to try and do 2 more before the truck show.
Oh, yeah. At least
2 more before the truck show, and then...
And we got the one with Doc Johnson coming up. I don't know if that's going to be next, but that will be before the truck show.
Yes. Doc Johnson's coming up.
And that's
going to be a good one.
You guys are going to like.
I think he's got a lot of really cool things going on, and he's got a lot of good information.
Yeah.
The guy has tinkered and messed with all kinds of stuff. It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be great.
The Doc Johnson one will be a very, very good podcast.
Yeah. So check out or keep an eye out for that. But aside from that, you're listening to the OBS Trucker or the Truckery podcast.
Yep.
And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Keep pushing us. We'll try and keep posting if you bug us.
Yeah. Bug us and it helps. So thank you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.